did do the thing. Good. Thought I hadn't. I have. Hello, hello, and welcome to maps. Very, very short maps, to be precise. There have been a few mini-maps, micro-maps, you might even call them, over the past year. Quite a few towards the beginning of the year, not so many towards the end of the year, for whatever reason. Quite a few rush hours, a couple of quick meals, some other assorted mini-maps. And we're coming up to the end of the year now, and it's probably a good time to get some of these done with. Quite a few of them are for 1.21.4, so I think I'm just going to do all of those in one go first to avoid version switching as much as possible. And I will start with this one. Quick meal number 1, Laboratory by Sandurs, 1.21.4. Hello. You have a potion. Lab Professor. No signs or anything with this one. Got a sword or anything somewhere? Pink lab core. Cyan lab core. Are these the objectives right here? Can I get to that chest? Okay. Prot 3, very good. Nice pick. Pipe wrench. Sharpness 1 and breaking 2. Some torches. How come it's the pink lab core and it's green concrete? How come it's the cyan lab core and it's brown concrete? Presumably they wanted to use the cyan concrete as actual blocks in the block palette, and that's why. Get him! Potions and food. Lights on the blink. Couple over here. Move the blocks around. I want to make sure to keep one of each, just in case they are objectives of some kind. Torches. Torches. Left. It's down beneath me. Just a big drop. Looks probably survivable. Sure, I'm getting a lot of potions. Every mob drops a potion. I don't think that's how you spell invader. Far be it for me to argue, though. Never claimed to be the best at spelling myself. How many professors does one lab need? Where are the lab assistants? Where is the understudy? No, who else would you expect to find in a lab? One room. Tiny creeper. Big explosion. Oh, I'm dying, actually. That's alright. We got plenty of potions. That's probably levitation, if I had to guess. Levitation or jump boost. Or maybe just a teleporter, because there doesn't seem to be anything up there. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, you do a lot of damage with that bow. Kinda seems like maybe more than power 1, even. Through 6 levels of protection. Could be just power 1, maybe. Command block feedback is on. I have enough potions. I think I could throw them at mobs. We got plenty of them. That is smaller than usual ghast. It's a very interesting looking ghast. And it is definitely smaller. What inhumane experiments were undertaken to come up with that thing? Okay, could you not? Dead on the ladder. No checkpoints yet. If indeed there are gonna be any. Entirely possible there will not be. Magenta lab core. What's the difference between the pink lab core and the magenta lab core? Are they actually a slightly different colour? They look very similar. Pink. Magenta. Corporate needs me to find the difference between these two blocks. They are identical, Your Honor. You okay? These creepers are dangerous. We just spawned, but where? Nowhere that I can see. Down you go. Mark up. How did the ghast get behind me? Where did you come from? You come from up here, you did. Nice spawner placement. Ow. Come closer. That's a big room. Yeah, they do not retain their name when they're picked up. That is possible, but you need to change the language file. How many arrows do I have? About a stack. Really? All those mobs in the way and you still managed to hit me? Then you knock one of them over here. Just get over here, actually. Come this way. Torches are not going to work on the wither skeletons. So ideally break those first. Okay. Let's clear out the other side first. What is going on over there? That's just an anti-bridging wall of stuff. I have low health. Ooh, okay. Why did I come over here? Nothing but spawners. No loot. Okay, can I get you off the ledge? No. Ghast is just enough powerful to break these blocks. There's a teleporter right there. What's this way? What is this way? Ah. I was not supposed to do that. That would have been... What would that even have gotten me there, really? Would have gotten me a safe way down there, but there's nothing down there. Would have got me a shortcut back up here by falling down. don't think that shortcut would be too much shorter than just going the ordinary way up. Not sure what that would have done for me, really. This gets me over here, which I didn't even notice was an area. Parkour! Nope. More creepers over there. I need the blocks anyway. You up there first. Lots of creepers. Including directly above. Creepers to the left. Creepers to the right. Creepers up above me. Creepers everywhere. That's a wool. Probably a wool. Indeed it is. Bam! Bam! Hey! I put it in the wrong place. I thought you would replace the glass, not put it between the glass. I didn't notice the second glass. Whee! I mean, yeah, it's a micro map. It's alright. Not entirely sure how effective this anti-bridging wall is. But, yeah, it's fine. It's a thing. It exists. It has horrific ghasts. Yeah, decently balanced and everything, I suppose. Next! One down. Let's go with water processing, which I believe is very, very short from what I've heard. Place wool here. Playtest is... the map doesn't say who it's by, but I believe, if I read my own description, it is by MPREGMAFIA, who also made one of the areas in Slopfire. And that area was fine. Lots of boxy rooms. I suspect this may be similar. Experimental electrical equipment. When thrown, temporal increases spawner delay. Why is there an awkward little gap behind the ladder for no reason? Here. Have some spawner delay. Here. Has an AoE to it, apparently. Seemingly. I've seen Trident's Foot break spawners before. Cartographer can do that. Having something that delays spawners instead is probably more balanced. I like the idea. Still a way to help deal with spawners at range, but it's not like you can just wipe out a spawner from 30 blocks away. What does the button do? What does the lever do? Anything? Power 3? Do have rather limited food here. Waterlogged copper great piping, pretty cool. Gonna run out of sword durability. Does this have damage on it? It does. Oh yeah, this is much better than the stone sword. Nothing, nothing, nothing. One, two, skip a room. Arrows. You missed. Oops. Need to have reached that spawner. What do we got back here? Nothing on that platform. Bowls out of the hotbar. We good. And with a sword. That chest in the middle of the room looks important. Bottomless. Cool down 6. I mean, it's a non-splash instant health potion. That's a lot of big guardians. Fortunately, they're not the mining fatigue type. Just sweeping edge sword. Trident's probably better. I think so. Let's delay that spawner. And maybe do it again. I don't know how long it delays it for. It does seem to work. Nope. Get out of here. And in the chest we have Curse of Anti-Entropy. What does that even mean? Do I want that? What does that do? Give me enchantments, you need to tell me what they mean. Where's this going? Don't know, but there's lava. Potions. Okay. Would you kindly? More potions. Not more torches. They're triggering from a long way away. Could you stop that, please? And that too. That AoE has some range. These supposed lights on the floor are doing nothing. They look like lights, but they sure aren't lighting like lights. What is going on with that arrow bounce? Why is it bouncing off of them once and then hitting them? They must be projectile immune? But that doesn't really protect them properly when I'm aiming straight down. Weird. I'm not sure how you expect me to kill that thing if I'm not supposed to shoot it. That'll do. Empty platform? Maybe not. Are you an objective? You are. It's cyan again. That's weird. Two completely different mini-maps by two completely different people in a row, and they both decide to use cyan wool. Nice shortcut. Very convenient. Yep, didn't even need to engage with that room at all. Why conquer the room when you could not? Simply don't. Two maps down. Oh, it's in a super flat world. Alright. Could I have theoretically just... Yep, there's no bedrock. Freedom! I think there was a rule. Well, there's no rules book. There's no do not break through the map boundaries rule. So you could totally just flee if you really wanted to. Come on, blocks! It's the different kinds of mob. Oops, I didn't mean to break it. This is just a set of completely unused rooms. Because I've not been here, and there are no spawners here. Unfinished rooms. This whole section of the map is just completely unused. Huh. Okay. And another random room over here. I mean, it's fine. Being able to break out of the map quite so easily is but it didn't happen to me. This is a thin ceiling. It's fine for a first map, I guess. There's nothing wrong with it. It is one map that exists. And this is another map that exists. Swamp of Axiom, Supremacy, Rush Hour 6. Play in survival, play on normal. We're in 1.21.4. Do not go out of bounds. Do not go to other dimensions. Have fun. Slime King map. Mending sword. Mending pick. Mending armor. Some bread. Some torches. Why 27, 27, and 26? If this was a 3-player playthrough, you would have shortchanged the third player by 1 torch. Green wall. Oh, yeah, I did see the sign when I was taking the thumbnail, and I have never acknowledged the sign. Do not touch the water. I gotcha. Well, I've not been provided with any blocks, so... Can I just... No. There's more source blocks. Oh, that'll do. More spiders. Very smoothed out cave. I'd almost call this too smoothed in a way. Yeah. It's smooth, but it's smooth kinda weirdly. I'm not entirely sure how to describe it. Snowballs kill blazes. Indeed they do. They're not terribly good at it. It's not terribly quick, but they do. Well, on the bar then. This is going to be blazes up ahead. Yep. Obviously. Okay, they must be reduced health blazes as well. They don't usually get too shot by snowballs like that. I think they usually do. Gotcha. And over the webs. Spawner gone. I'll back up too far, or I'll just back up into the webs. Platform. And platform. Watch around. A charged creeper. No. What's going on up here? Many spiders. Let me out! Oh. Eat the bread, please. I got this. It's only spiders after all. Ah, better pickaxes. Good. And we had a chest down here that I saw and didn't grab. Let's get that one. Supplies! Next platform. Alright, yeah, this is where the charged creepers came from. It's fine, that guy probably isn't going to be able to pathfind up to me. So I might be going back down to it. Hello. Have a snowball. Nope. Like to get the dangerous mobs out of the way first, ideally. There we go. Just fine. Can't really throw well when you're moving at the same time. Don't knock me back in the water. Water! Uh-huh. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Didn't even break the spawner. That's a shame. Okay, that looks like the objective. It's in the middle of a big lake of danger water. Go on then. Need I make a bridge, or is there going to be some clever way of getting to that? You missed. I missed. We all missed. Chest up there. Featuring more spiders. And a lot of them. Just tank them. It's fine. They have mending armor. It can cope. There we have... Ooh, infinity. Probably don't need the snowballs anymore then. could bridge if I need to. I've got enough blocks for it. Do we have another slime block down? Yeah, they're low health. No doubt. One, two. Hey, you didn't die. Ugh. Here we are. Oh, I'm spiraling around to the other side. That's what's happening. Yeah, I didn't see the land bridge connection on that side. I do now. That makes a lot of sense. Spider trench. Fortunately, pathing is not that good. So you cannot reach me on that bridge. Ooh, I think there's an Axiom tool to make terrain like this very quickly. Ow, ow, no. No checkpoint. That water is very fast killing. It's going to be a bit of an anticlimactic conclusion to this map. Me just running back there. Failing some jumps. Hey, there's a spawner I missed. Oop. Ow. Don't touch the water. Don't touch the water. Don't start eating the bread at an inopportune moment. Not when I'm about to jump a gap. Shatter. I think it's the shatter tool. Does this kind of terrain. Oh well, you're in the drink. Oi. No strafing. Green this time. It is a rather green and pleasant land. No tell roar, though. Or title, or fireworks. Or anything much else. Yeah. It's a big cave with Axiom smoothing. I like the bit giving some fireballs to deal with blazes. That's cool. Not many maps do that kind of thing, because usually you have a bow and arrow to just deal with them that way. Only really do that trick if the player has no bow and arrow yet. Which does not happen that often. Yeah. A good showcase of how quickly you can make smooth looking terrain with Axiom. It's quite good terrain to play on though. Bit of height variation. The end bit I think is the most dangerous with that shatter. 3 down. Next! This might be the longest of the very short maps, just by how big this terrain looks. Quickmeal number 2, Palera, By Sandurs, and Icebird 00. Ooh. Fancy looking tools. Food, a little bit of leather. The recipe book's open for whatever reason. Some string. Got an extremely visible trap. Dangerous. Something, lure them onto white blocks. Mobs with pale when stepping on non-white blocks recover their original body, afflict themselves with strength 2, resistance 2, and speed 1 these effects, and when stepping on white blocks, and over 3 seconds. Kind of read that in a weird order. Okay. Pale mobs, need to defeat them standing on diorite and or other white coloured blocks. I don't think there's any stone around. But I can make a bow. And I can make some armor. And I can break a whole bunch of grass unintentionally. Well, it doesn't matter so much if you have strength. Strength does not apply to bows. You're just stuck in a cobweb. So that's totally fine. The strength. Also the set spawns. There's a lot of spawn setting happening. That, or I'm just getting particularly lucky with where the big spawn point radius is putting me. Because it put me back pretty much exactly where I was twice in a row. Oh wow, you can't get buffs from standing on blocks. You don't stand on blocks. It's the guys with the swords I have to watch out for, really. One hit kill Blaze. Can we get another sword up in here? I gotta make myself some. Let's make another pale sword and not an ordinary wooden sword. That's pretty cool. Oh boy, no, you're gonna do a lot of damage! No, 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 no. Definitely not. Who have we here? Spiders. Okay. Where did you come from? Because that's a creeper spawner, not a skeleton spawner. There you are. Sharpness 1, efficiency 1. Nice looking little bridge. I do like the campfire bridge trick, it looks nice. It's not used enough to the point where I think it's become overused. Go. That's a down. Okay, it would have been safe to go down. It's a blaze spawner, which is gonna be fine if it's got lower health like the previous one. Indeed. I don't need a bow, I made one myself. I need the arrows, though. Blocks. You, I think, spawned on the opposite side of this wall. Well, if you did, you're gone. I don't want to fight that guy up close. Turns out I don't need the leather at all. Not anymore. Frenzy 1, sharpness 1, smite, yeah, it's better than sharpness. Against the selection of mobs that I appear to be up against. Gotcha. Just about. Use a potion. We got one of them areas with random holes all over the area. My favourite. Minutes fire res. Do love the low health blazes. Prime and then back. Stop floating around. Come a little bit closer. Or just go in the lava. That would work too. Come on, buddy. Gotcha. Power 1. Fine. Okay, good. No spawners directly up at the top. Breaking approach. I think I'm happy with what I already had. None of that. Ooh, where did you come from? Prop 2, that's what I saw that looked good. Low health mobs. Ooh. Stay back there. Up high. A little bit lower. There we go. Hit the TNT. You're on the other side. I don't need to worry about you even. You never even saw me. Very fortunate spawn for me. Efficiency 2. I'll take it. No. No, actually. I would prefer if you didn't. I like the whatever it is thing. Creaking heart block as decoration. Oh. We never triggered. Hello? Not interested? Well, okay. Oops. Did not mean to throw the potion. These blazes could probably stand to have a little bit more health on them. Just so that you can't walk up and one-hit them to death before they can do literally anything. Much as I do like the low health blazes, they need to have a little bit more health, or they need to come in slightly greater numbers. Huh. I'm on a phantom. Well, that's one way to get from one island to another. More interesting than a bridge. Or a teleporter. Cool. Reaper spawner decided it was its day off. Hello there. Yeah. Yeah. Beginning to gather an inventory's worth of items. What's the way down? Drop. Alright then. We ended up with a couple of spiders. Oof. A couple of spiders too many. Yeah, it was just the big spawn radius being weirdly helpful. Can't put me all the way back over there, though. I think we're gonna have to see the riding phantom sequence again. Hopefully I don't need to see that too many times. It's basically an unskippable cutscene. Are you not even ever in range of me? Pretty awkward to hit, and I don't think you're bothering me in the slightest. So I think I can just safely ignore it. I wonder if I could dismount, theoretically. That seems like an extremely poor idea, so I'm not going to. But I wonder if I could. I can! Skeleton did spawn. I heard it fire a shot. And I suppose it just blundered off the ledge all by itself. As they do. Don't knock me into the other guy. Pretend I walked all the way back. It's a long walk. I don't want to do it again. Especially one with the basically a cutscene in the middle of it. Well, now I've unprimed everything. Amazing. Except that one. Power 1. I already have Power 1. I do not need this. You have a very low spawning distance and are not bothering me. I don't need to bother you. Blunder off the ledge on your lonesome. Okay. And MacGuffin in the center. And I don't even need to place it anywhere, just having it in my inventory is enough. Well, a lot of the chests and spawners around the outside of here are a total waste of time then. I do have a couple of thoughts on this one. One, the Phantom Ride is cool and all, but maybe you could just skip that after the first time? Or put a checkpoint up here or something? Because even though it's not a particularly long ride, it's an unskippable cutscene, essentially, and people do not like those. Just in general. The killing guys on specific blocks mechanic. It could work, but really you want to clear those effects straight away and not after 3 seconds. Because if you've waited 3 seconds, chances are they've moved again during that time. So, like, you lure them onto a white block. Cool. They've not stopped moving, and then you've still got 3 seconds when they're buffed. Really, I think that ought to be slash effect cleared as soon as they walk onto a white block. And then, sure, apply it again to them straight away when they walk off of that block. Rather than need to wait for the 3-second cooldown. Especially if you're dealing with more than one at once, it's going to be tricky just keeping them on that surface for 3 seconds. I mean, I didn't really engage with that mechanic in the slightest. Definitely a thing that can work, though. I think Ragecraft 4 did something similar for its icy area, where the mobs were enhanced if they were on top of snow, I believe. Yeah. The blazes either need to spawn in slightly higher qualities with slightly more health quantities. I didn't even notice you here. Do you even trigger if I stand right here? You do. You simply didn't spawn. You are in range. You simply didn't spawn. Yeah, I think the spawner radiuses might need to be upped a little bit. Yeah, this guy, I'm never anywhere near. And it's just a Vex spawner anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna be like... I'd have to deliberately climb this vine all the way to the top for no reason to get that spawner to spawn, if it even spawns from that far away. Would it spawn from right here? It would. Does it spawn from right here? It does. Maybe it's a little bit larger than I'm giving it credit for. Okay, this one does have a long radius. Never mind me then, it just didn't bother me for whatever reason. It probably spawned once and then never had time to spawn again. Yeah, it spawned once when I was over here, didn't it? I wondered where they came from. But then it never bothered me again. It's a nice looking map though. Probably the nicest. Definitely the nicest looking map of the day. Cool items. The inventory filled up, but only at the very end of the map. So it never felt like I was overflowing in items. Yeah. Fine map. Rush Hour 5, which I never put in my description. Give me 1 second. How do I even... I need to go here, I need to go here, and I need to go rush hour 5. I did not have caps lock turned on, because at some point I hit the caps lock button. Rush hour 5, I'm sure we have time for that. Then I gotta find it in the big old list. Here it is, it's right above rush hour 6. Of course it is. There we go. Description updated. Rush hour 5. No getting out the border, have fun playing normal only. Please press the normal difficulty button before starting the map. Why not just set me into normal difficulty and lock it? Difficulty normal. Keep inventory on. Or even better, just have a chain of command blocks behind this button and activate all of these with one trigger. They do not really need to be 3 separate buttons. Food! Orange wool is required. Crafting table. Wooden pick. I see some iron. Stone pick. Stone sword. Stone axe. And a spare stone sword. The standard early game supplies. And a few torches. Replaced blast furnace is nice. Speeds things up just a little. Oh, went in the lava. Ooh, sphere brush spam. Very nice. Feels old school map. Whoop. Hello, creeper. This is probably finished already. Yep. And I think this is probably the best thing to do. Or maybe I should have made a shield. Never mind, too late. There's an enchanting table up there. Ah. I see where the creeper came from now. Sneakily hidden. iron. That's spawner. Is there one up here? Blaze in the rain. This is not good weather for you, I'm afraid. Maybe this is why we don't have blazes in Britain. Too rainy. Sharpness 1. Efficiency 1. The objective is right there. Ender pearl. Whoops. Uh-oh. Ignore everything! Orange wool. Yeah. I could have spent a lot of time gearing up, potentially, for absolutely no reason whatsoever. It is literally right there. Go on then, just because I'm... No, I'm not that curious. Never mind. I was curious, but I've been dissuaded by the potential of being lasered. Yeah. This feels like an area that would have been in a CTM map, like, 12 years ago. Woohoo. I mean, maybe this would be fine as a first area to a larger map than this. But there's just a bunch of side stuff here for an area that is not long enough to warrant this much side stuff. Hidey hole creeper that I embarrassingly died to aside, the dangerous part of the area is this span of about 30 blocks right here. And that's it. Did not need all of this prep and all of those side paths and all of this potential loot that you could get to deal with this 30 blocks right here. Also, yeah, sphere brush. Sphere brush everywhere. Also, yeah. Super flat world that you can just potentially boundary break out of again. At least this time there was a sign saying not to. What's the spawn? There's a block of glass suggesting this area was copy-pasted in from elsewhere. That's why you would usually do that. You would put a block of glass so you can click it with a wooden axe to select a area as part of a world edit command. Or 14er edit, or voxel sniper, I suppose. Could be any of those. You can theoretically get out of the map without even breaking any blocks. I mean, cool if you just want to build an area for practicing building areas. But yeah, there's not really much gameplay here. It is another one of them maps that would exist. And I think that's all the maps for 1.21.4. We got some more rush hours. We got this thing. But yeah, I would need to change version, and I think this is a cool enough time to stop anyhow. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, and until next time, I shall see you soon.